What's going on, guys? How you doing? Dave Cordoba here with Cordoba Trained Wrestling. Welcome, you guys. Welcome for a special bonus coverage we have going on tonight. We got a good one. We got a barn burner on tonight. So we'll let a couple of you guys join in, and then we'll get started. I hope you guys got a lot of good questions, man. Hopefully you guys are... You're in for a nice little treat today. Thanks, Frank. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, man. I wasn't going to do another live this week, but I decided that I wanted to get Pat Mineo on. And Saturday night, we really don't have much going on, so I figured that we would, get a little laughs, get a little get us going today. So we're excited, and hopefully you guys got good questions for me, because I got a lot of good questions for him as well. If you're a wrestling fan, if you follow wrestling, if you are in the wrestling room and on Facebook page, you will know exactly who Pat Mineo is. He's I call him the controversy brain of wrestling, king of controversy. That's what I call him in the wrestling world. So hopefully. I don't know. We'll get him in there to spill some beans about him. But I want to talk. There's a lot of good things I want to talk about Pat Mineo. He's actually a really good guy. I want you guys to get to know who he is. He was a great wrestler too. So we're here to talk to him. I want you guys to ask a little bit more questions for him instead of me kind of doing an interview. I'm going to interview him at the beginning, and then we'll let you guys take the floor and ask all the questions that you guys want to ask. But hope you guys enjoyed this last week. We had a great week, man. We had Yanni on. We had Sebastian Rivera on. We had Anthony Ashnell on. Next week we are gonna have an all wrestling coaches week. So we're gonna have club wrestling coaches. We're gonna have Steve Rivera, Elite, Donnie DeFilippis, Yale Street. I'm working on Empire Wrestling Club in New York. Also working on Coach Mike Krause. He already said he's definitely in. So Mike Krause will be in. I'm really excited about Mike Krause. Mike Krause is one of the best ever youth wrestlers in the country. So I'm really excited to pick his brain. What time does it start? I'm watching Jimmy. It starts in about 2 minutes. He'll be on, man. So we'll get going. Tony, don't go anywhere, bro. Should be a good one. All right. So I'm gonna continue to keep giving you guys content all week. All right. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I know some people were saying that they didn't really want me to do a podcast because they really wanted to be able to engage with me during these interviews. And I know in podcasts you really can't do it. So we are gonna think about what we're gonna do there, man. If you guys like me just being on Instagram Live, I'll stick with it. So if you guys want me just on Instagram Live, let me know. If you guys want me to do a podcast where you can listen later on, let me know if you wanted me to do that. All our videos that I do tape, and I put them on YouTube. So we'll be there. Is Piles coming? I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to ask Pat Mineo about that one. I don't know. So this should be a good one tonight. He should be on in about 1 minute. He should be on. Hopefully you guys have a nice beer, nice drink with you. I don't usually do that during the week. But hopefully you have a nice drink with you, and we have a good night tonight, man. We have a good time. We're really excited talking to him. So I want to know what's all the controversy. He's got a lot of people that don't like him, a lot of people that do like him, and I want to kind of just see where it's at. I want to know where he went wrong, where he's going in the right direction, and we'll go. Nah, I don't have any more Coronas, man. No more Coronas. We got the Belvedere now. I got the Belvedere. We're sponsored by Belvedere today. No Coronas. No Coronas today. My interviews I do during the week, nothing. No drinking. Gotta stay focused and zoomed in on the interviews. Especially when you're interviewing high profile athletes, you gotta be on point. But with Pat Mineo on today, I feel I'm gonna have a good time with him today. So it's all good. It's all good. Jeffrey Lee, what's up, man? I know I just got an ad from you. I know you're a Mineo fan, so I want to hear from you today too. Let's see if you guys got any good questions for him. All right, 7:05. Pat should be coming on soon. I asked him what kind of song he wanted me to play out for his come out song. He wanted Bon Jovi. He wanted Dead or Alive. If that doesn't really just kind of just say who he is, man, I don't know what would be, bro. Gary Kessler issue. All right, we're gonna ask questions. Don't worry about it, man. We're gonna ask some good questions. All right, Pat, get in here, man. Find your way in here. If not, I'll request you. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, bro? You hear
I'm
me
in.
good?
I'm in. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Do you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool, man. I got some good tunes in the background for you, bro.
Love it. I got the Ash shirt on. I know you had him on the other day. Are
Yeah,
you?
man. Got your
Got
Rutgers hat on.
NJRCC here too. Got Princeton, repping all the Jersey stuff.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. It's awesome to have you in here, man. I kind of gave a little brief intro about you. I don't know if you were listening in. We got a lot of your guys that follow you that are on the are watching. So hopefully all your
What's
followers
up, guys?
come out.
Glad to be here. Hope everyone's staying safe during the quarantine, man.
So how's everything? How are you and your family? How's everything going?
We're doing good, man. We're hanging in there. It's getting crazy. Hopefully things start to get better soon, but we're doing well, man. Me, my wife, my twins, just hanging in there.
So I think some people don't know that you actually live in Pennsylvania. Some people they think you live in Jersey. Where do you live at?
Because I'm a Jersey guy. I ooze Jersey. You see it. But I'm in the Lehigh Valley in Northampton, Pennsylvania now. I've been here a little over 10 years, but love it out here. Some real good wrestling. You know that.
I know that, man. I know. But so are you becoming more of a PA fan or are you still repping Jersey? What is it?
It's tough, man. I always rep Jersey, but people say I'm getting a little too much of that Pennsylvania inside me now.
Oh, man. So how long have you been living in Pennsylvania now?
12 years now.
12 years. Wow. Okay.
So moved out here when I was 19.
So so I mean, 12 years. I mean, that you're kind of Pennsylvania now a little bit.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's a couple more years. It'll be half my life out here.
Nice, man. Well, I want there's a lot of people on here right now that kind of don't really know much about who Pat Mineo is. I'm a little older than you, and but I followed your wrestling career. I follow a lot of wrestling. And a lot of people don't know that you wrestled at Scotch Plains in New Jersey.
Yeah, SPF, man. That's my hometown. My whole family, big wrestling family. Me, my brother, dad, uncles, all wrestled at Scotch Plains. Love it, man. Still go back there all the time. Got relatives that live there, but I'm a Jersey guy. Wrestled at Scotch Plains, class of 2007.
2007. All right, yeah, nice. So you're about 7 years younger than me. I started coaching already, so I kind of knew exactly who you were. A lot of people were talking about this Mineo from Scotch Plains, and I followed your career. I mean, I know a lot about Jersey wrestling, so it's not,
Oh, yeah.
I knew about a little bit about everybody,
I watched you, man. I watched you growing up. When I was like probably 10, 11, I was watching you at the Super Regions at Union. So
oh yeah, I remember that.
And then down in States, man, you had an awesome career.
Thank you, man. And not many people know about what Super Regions are. These young kids don't know about it. They didn't know how hard it was to qualify, right?
Now they take 4. Before you took second and third, you had to wrestle again before you even made it down. It's crazy.
I know. And it seems like every year it's starting to get a little easier. I'm not a real big fan of the Jersey, the third and fourth place finishers going to the states from the regions.
Yeah.
That third place match back in the day, that, man, was probably the best match of the whole.
It was one of the best rounds of the tournament, man. Those kids are wrestling to get down the states, and yeah, now you see some kids, forfeiting that match or defaulting it. It's just not what it used to be, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they make some changes in the future, especially with those realignments, right?
Yeah, well, we talked about those realignments, and we're not too big fans of those realignments.
No.
Uh, so just so you guys know here, I mean, a lot of you guys, have your opinions on Pat. I mean, Pat, I've got to know him a little in the past couple of years. Great guy. I just wanted to just talk about Pat Mineo. Just so some of you guys know who don't know about his wrestling career, he was a very good wrestler. Like he was talking about me. I want to talk a little bit about him. You were a four-time district champ. All right.
District
You were a
11. Yep.
three-time region finalist. You
Region
were
3.
a New Jersey three-time, yeah. You were a New Jersey state place winner, and till this day, you have the most wins in Scotch Plains history. Is that true?
Yeah. So fun story. Me and my brother wrestled back to back in high school. It was awesome. That's my favorite memories of high school, wrestling with my brother. So he set the school record at 119. So he was a top dog. 2 years later, when I was a senior, I beat it in the district finals. Finished 125 and 18, and it's cool, wrestling with your brother, making history with your brother, and memories. Those are the glory days, man.
Yeah, I missed wrestling my brothers by 1 or 2 years. And my brother Will, he held the record at like 80. He only started wrestling as a sophomore, so he had 80 wins. And I shattered that in my junior year, my junior year, I think, early my junior year. So I took that away from him. I had 138. So I still hold the record over at my school as well. We were actually in the same conference, Watchung Conference.
Yeah, Watchung Conference. We dueled you every year, man.
Scotch Plains.
Mm-hmm.
We wrestled you guys every match, first match of the year.
Yep, exactly. I missed that twice to go to the Beast of the East, but I wrestled against Carney twice for 2 of those matches, and it was fun, man. It was cool to open up the season. We knew we were starting with you guys.
Yeah, and I talked about like Rob Longer, Melendez, all those guys that were.
Oh yeah.
I would wrestle all those guys right off the bat. Melendez.
I love Melendez. He's awesome, man.
It's funny because I pinned 32 kids in 1 year in a row, but my first match of the year was against Tony Melendez, and I went into overtime with him, and I beat him in overtime. It was the first match of the year.
Man. He's tough, man. I used to look up to him as a kid in the Raiders singlet for SPF, and it's cool, man.
Oh, that's funny. Jeffrey Lee, my brother Will. That's funny. Hey, I think you're having a little bit of connection problem, a little bit.
Am I? Is it slowing down something?
Well, it's good right now, but you freeze a couple times. If not, if we got to fix it, we'll fix it. What's up, Kiara? We have people already busting balls already on here saying, say his name. Yo, what's up with that? What you guys? You guys are busting Pat's balls already, man.
Say his name.
Crazy, man. So, I mean, you got deep New Jersey wrestling roots.
Yeah,
your dad wrestled at Ryder. Both your uncles wrestled at Rutgers and Princeton. So you're like ingrained in New Jersey wrestling.
I'm ingrained, man. I'm ingrained. Yeah, my dad wrestled for the Ryder Bronx in the 70s. His twin brother wrestled for Rutgers in the 70s. My uncle wrestled for Princeton in the 70s. So I just come from a wrestling family. I love the sport. As you can see, can't get enough of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny because when I do these interviews, I don't even look at the comments at all. But I know there's going to be good ones, and they're catching my eyes.
I see that.
Flo don't want none. Yeah, I know. Guys, do you guys hear me good back there? I feel like I'm having a little bit of a audio issue, but
I can hear you.
Let me know. Okay, we're good. So yeah, we talked about you having big, you got a lot. Your family's involved in wrestling, and they're in the wrestling world and stuff like that. How's wrestling big? Why is wrestling such a big part of your life?
Oh man, I fell in love with the sport at a young age. I played football, played baseball, wrestled. Then once I hit 8th grade, my dad was like, all right, do you want to take wrestling seriously? And I said, yeah. So started wrestling year round, freestyle. Just fell in love with it. And knowing my family came from that really just made me fall in love with it even more, just doing what I love and what my family loves, and just the sport and how everyone comes together, the community, the people you meet, the networking, all of it, man. It's a great sport, the best sport on earth.
So, I mean, you live in Pennsylvania now. Obviously, you follow a lot of Jersey wrestling, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I do.
And were you at the state tournament this year at
I
Bowling
was
Park?
actually, and some of my Jersey guys may get upset. I was at Hershey at the PA State tournament this year. That
Oh man,
weekend.
that's fucked up,
I
man.
like to I like to alternate. So you know, sometimes I get out to Hershey, AC. Some years, most years, I'm at the NCAA tournament the following week. This year, unfortunately, with it being canceled, you know, it stinks. I had a nice streak going with that.
And how was the states in PA? How's that?
It's awesome, man. It's super competitive. As you know, the depth of the wrestling there is crazy. They do have the two divisions. So once again, Jersey, one champ, love it. But both those divisions in PA, AA, and AAA, they're tough, man. You can't like just the district, the region tournaments. It all feels like it is the state tournament. It's crazy, man. These kids, they live and breathe wrestling, and it's fun to live out here and see the local matches, go to districts, and see the competition.
So let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on why they're not sanctioning girls wrestling in PA yet?
Yeah, I said that all year. I was posted in the wrestling room, you know, the forum I admin there. I was asking the same question. You know, Jersey, it caught on, it caught fire, and you know, they're making waves with it. And PA, it's like you don't hear a peep about it, except when they use the girl to, you know, throw her out for a forfeit against the Catholic school. It's like these girls deserve more. They deserve their own league where they get actual matches, where they can wrestle in a state tournament. I mean, you see them on rosters, but half the time they're getting used as pawns, and I don't think that's right. They deserve to have their own division and state tournament.
And I was recently had an interview with Chris Ayers and his wife came on, Lori Ayers. She's a
Oh,
huge
they're awesome.
advocate for wrestling in New Jersey, but she was also talking about how she's actually trying to push the sanction of Pennsylvania wrestling for
Yeah,
girls.
absolutely. And she does a ton for the sport. She runs that New Jersey girls wrestling group, and the whole Ayers family, great ambassadors to the sport. Chloe, two-time New Jersey state champ already. You know, what he's doing with Princeton along with Dubuque, some of those other guys, it's awesome. That's why I'm always repping. Got to rep not only Rutgers, but Princeton, NJRCT. You know, love those guys. Ryder, too. It's just cool to see Jersey wrestling take off like this.
Are you a Lehigh fan yet or what?
Yeah, I go to a lot of Mountain Hawk matches. I'm only 10 minutes there from Stabler Arena and Grace Hall. Those matches are electric too. A lot of history here in Lehigh, so I do root for Lehigh as long as they're not wrestling Rutgers or Princeton.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got East Stroudsburg starting to come around with their program. You know,
Absolutely, they got the
I've been
girls
trying to push
program
a lot
now.
of my kids.
It's awesome. Yeah. When I was there, they dropped down from D1 to D2 for the men's team, but they were able to thrive and get in a bunch of All-Americans, you know, good friends of mine, guys that wrestled there and kind of made that transition, were able to cement themselves as D2 All-Americans. Now they have the girls team, which is awesome to see a college women's team like that sprout up. So it's cool to watch your alma mater, you know, make moves like that.
You know, the more I talk to you, you're a great guy, man. I can see that you have the passion and love of wrestling. You're a big time Jersey supporter. You're now supporting Pennsylvania, and we'll get into the wrestling room. But before we get into the wrestling room, what is it why people just misunderstand you, man? Why do they misunderstand?
Man, it goes back to that old phrase, don't kill the messenger, right? When news is broke or when, you know, information comes out there, certain people only want it to come from one place, right? You know, You got Flow Wrestling, you know, they obviously put out a ton of content. They're great at what they do. I love some of the guys there, Mike Mall, you know, for instance. But there's no reason for there not to be a healthy competition, just like on the mat, off the mat, right? We want there to be hype. We want there to be, you know, multiple people chattering. We want as much exposure as possible. So some people may be partial to the, you know, monopolies and, you know, the official mainstream medias. And I think it kind of ticks them off when someone else drops the news first or gets the jump on them. That's the only explanation I have, because everyone else I talk to, you know, I love making new friends in the wrestling community, and I wouldn't have any sources if I wasn't a great guy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know what's funny? I mean, we went out. I think we hung out after the Final X or something in Lehigh. I think we were at that one bar.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a bunch of guys that are having a couple drinks, and everybody hanging out. and like, and you're just a normal, cool guy, and that just loves wrestling, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, what people don't understand and people don't realize is that you're married and you have two twin daughters,
Yup.
okay, and you have a full-time job. This is not his full-time gig,
Nah.
guys.
Nope.
They think you sit home all day and just look for wrestling news. What do you do full-time?
Yeah, so full time, I work in sales at a pretty big company called Dun and Bradstreet. You know, I'm in the sales department there. I help small businesses and large businesses, all sizes. I help them with marketing, and you know, I like to build my own brand as well, and that's, you know, in the wrestling community what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I got the full time job. I got the twins who keep me on my toes, keep me tired, especially during this time. You know, married, got a family, but I got to make time for the sport I love, and I just can't help but be involved and want to be involved in this sport.
All right, so I got to ask this question because I asked this question to a lot of people who are kind of in your same boat. Your wife has to be on board with what you do. I mean, or there's got to be some fights because I get in fights with my fiance.
Yeah.
She's like, you're on your void chat talking about wrestling 24/7.
Yep.
You're on this site. You're on that site. You got to get a little pushback from wifey. Come on, you got to.
Oh, of course, of course. She's probably, you know, listening right now and saying, "Yeah, he's got it down." But of course, man, and you know, you try to create a healthy balance, but you know, she's the best. She encourages me to follow my passion, and you know, she loves that I'm involved with the sport. She's excited for me, and you know, wants me to do well in whatever I do in life, and supports me. But it definitely gets tough when I'm, you know, seeing who just committed. Maybe we're out to dinner and I look down and see, oh no, big name number one just committed. Let me tweet that really quick.
And that's funny, bro, because I can totally see that happening because I deal with the same thing. And it's like you guys could be out like on anniversary or something like that, and your Twitter goes off or something like that. That's pretty funny, man.
Tough life, man. It's like, think about Adam Schefter, right? Adam Schefter with the NFL. He's on top of it always, and he's tweeting news. I can't imagine he's like up here. He's on this level, but you know, it's we love the sport, man. Can't hate that.
That's funny. Jeff Lee says my girlfriend's jealous of the wrestling room, and it's funny because like I said to you before, I'm in a wrestling chat with like 7 wrestlers, and all we talk about all day long, like we could go on and on and on and on and on and talk about wrestling all day long. So my fiance would be like, yo, you know, it's 2 a.m. You're still talking wrestling. And it's just like, you know, I love talking wrestling. I know you like talking wrestling. You know, I got the wrestling club that I own. So she knows that a lot of things I do is for exposure for the club and stuff like that. I'm just throwing it out there that maybe you don't get paid to share your content. So if you were making a bunch of money and wifey knew that you were making money, maybe she'd be a little happier.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we might have to start making some money there,
man. Yeah, it's good though. You got to build the brand first, right? You got to do something you love, and you put enough passion to it. Find somebody to pay you for it, right?
Exactly. So, so now let's take a step back. When you first were coming on Facebook, you were
Tech issues.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good?
Sorry, you had some tech issues there for a second.
No
I
problem.
can hear you now, Dave. It was cutting in and out.
All right. Let me ask you a question. What you first started off in the scramble? Is that where you first started?
Yeah, actually, I started off, you know, with actually being an admin in a group called the Weigh In. Then I jumped to the Scramble, and you know, when you have an admin team that's getting big, you know, heads can butt. So I decided to branch off and do my own thing, and that's where the wrestling room came from. But yeah, I helped build up groups like the Weigh In, the Scramble. Countless posts and content in there to help build up the groups. I decided to just bounce and do my own thing, and it's been working out great. I think it's going well.
That's funny. Someone said that Flow is jamming in on our signal. They're trying to mess up this interview, bro.
I think they are. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Let's take another step back. You told me you used to post on the Best on That. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Best on Mat. Oh man, that was back in the day. Jim Maxwell's website. That was really popular. I was only, I think, 13, 14 when I started on there under the name Mr. Good Picks. And that's where I started writing, producing content at a young age. I did it throughout high school, even while wrestling. And, I just can't get enough of the sport. But Best on Mat, that was back when you were wrestling, man.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you were part of the weigh-in, and there was a lot of drama, a lot of things going on, and somehow you were taken, not that you were taken out. I mean, I don't want to quote you on this, but I mean, not misquote it, but you were kind of taken out of your own room.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about, bro?
Yeah. So how that happened was we had a team of admins. Obviously I joined up, was just a normal member, was producing content daily and, helping build the site, thousands of members. And, there was a little headbutting between admins, disagreements, but another admin came back who used to run the group who had left. And I won't name any names, but I think he was a bit sour. And he just literally booted me out of the group that I helped build up and said, haha. And I think he expected me to stay as a member and continue posting. I just left and started my own thing.
Yeah, you started your own thing, and then you got a ton of followers that went back over to you because people were rallying behind you, and they stuck with you. Before you came on, we talked about how you got, listen, there's about 85, 90% of people that love you, man, love the content that you put. There's a 10% out, there's 5% haters, there's 5% people that just don't like you, and I think they're kind of misunderstood. I think that's the reason why I wanted to bring you on here, because I wanted people to kind of know like who you are. And you're just a normal guy, bro, that loves to talk about wrestling. And, people don't like, obviously, when you break news before them. And you know what? I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are spending their lives, like put money into this content, and this is their business, stuff and that. But like you said, you got ESPN, you got all these different types of sources that always throw out information out there. I mean, there's room for everybody, I think, right?
Yep, I agree. There is. And like I said, the more hype in the sport, the better. We need to create some good vibes in the sport where people are chatting, people are talking about it, healthy competition on the mat, off the mat. Like Flo bought Dake and Burroughs on and, had them go at it. I mean, it just creates more buzz for the sport when there's more people involved, more, insight, more minds speaking into the sport. So, I mean, if you don't have haters, you're not doing it right, I don't think.
Yeah. Hey, we got Wrestling Fan 0847. You don't have a picture, okay? So we don't know who you are. I know you may not like Pat Mineo, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to understand who the real Pat Mineo is. If you don't like him, at the end of this interview, not everybody likes everybody, but you know what? He's a good guy. He cares about wrestling, and he's not going to have fans, and I think he's okay with that. And he has a good majority that do like him. So
yeah, that guy probably made that Instagram 10 minutes ago just to come on here and say that, but
thanks a lot, Wrestling Fan. I don't know who you are. Thanks for the love, man. Again, I didn't bring Pat on here for anybody to not like him, but the thing is, it is what it is, bro. So
hey, man,
we'll roll with the punches.
Absolutely, got to have the haters too, man. Otherwise, like I said, wouldn't be doing it right.
Get in the octagon with me, Mineo. Maybe he's a guy who's a MMA fighter. So,
oh man.
So talk a little bit about the wrestling room.
Yeah, so the wrestling room is a group I started after all that drama in the other groups with one of my best friends, Jeff Jacobs, goes by Jeffrey Lee on there. Wrestled with him in New Jersey. He's from Point Pleasant, another NJ state medal winner like myself. We actually lived together and at East Stroudsburg University, so he was my roommate. You know, we obviously keep in touch. We're best friends. He moved to Cali. We decided to start up this group and, you know, put our efforts into that. And I think it's taken off pretty nicely, coinciding with my Twitter and, you know, all the other stuff we're doing. So it's a fun group of people, you know, and we're hoping to continue growing it, pushing out content, news, and getting some other heads in there.
Well, now that, I mean, you had a couple of slip ups with the weigh in and scramble and your kind of beef with Flo and Willie and all that stuff like that. Like, what motivates you to keep doing what you do?
Yeah, so I mean, you can't let anyone stop you from doing what you love. I think it motivates you further when people doubt you or talk about you, and the haters just kind of push that narrative. Like I said, if I didn't have people who also like me, I wouldn't have any sources. I wouldn't be able to get the information. Anyone who knows me, I'm sure they'll tell you I love the sport. That's why I do what I do. I'm passionate about it. All those other slip ups, you know, half the time I can't even tell you how it happened or what happened, but I just keep moving forward and doing my own thing.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, you know, you somehow get breaking news before other people, which is the craziest thing ever. No one can understand it. No one can figure it out. You don't have to give us the sources of how you get things, but you've had a lot of breaking news that kind of made you notorious at the beginning. One of the biggest ones is when you first wrote that Soriano was transferring.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider one of your first biggest news?
Yeah, that definitely was, and that was back when that was a while ago. Back when I was on the New Jersey Wrestling Forum, and with my buddy Jeff Jacobs, me and him, big Rutgers guys. He worked in the athletic department there and did some great things. We were so excited about that when we broke that news. People thought it was just like April Fool's Day. They were like, "Why would he leave Penn State?" And then he got a whole bunch of hate about it. But that was definitely the biggest, you know, break at that point. That was early on, and I think that got people's attention where they were like, wait a second, this guy knows some stuff, and then they said, well, you only know about Rutgers or you only know about Jersey, and obviously that's changed.
So why do you think people, I mean, whenever, okay, I'm not going to ask you where you get your sources from, but is it more of a percentage that you go out looking for this info, or is it now a point where people are reaching out to you to give you this info now?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of time, Dave, to tell you the truth, I'm not reaching out proactively to get info. I have different, you know, friends, sources, and people I've networked with around the country who love the sport as well, and they're excited about something, so they'll let me know, and then we'll put that out there. And, you know, I'm not always going digging for stuff. A lot of the time, it's people from certain areas who are in my group or who I've known for years, you know, tipping me off, hey, this is big news, or, you know, this is about to happen. And then I'll go and try and verify it with, you know, some other people and sources within the programs. But a lot of time I'm not going out searching for it. It's due to these relationships I've built over the years.
You know, so we talked about how you were on the best on the mat. That was a long time ago.
That was a while ago.
Long time ago. What, 10 years ago?
That was probably 15 years ago. Yeah.
So you were always into being part of like forums and stuff like that. This is not nothing new to you.
No.
This is something around for a long time. And,
yep.
you know, it started off with you having the passion to talk about wrestling and everything like that. And it still continued to be that part when you started when you were doing the Wayne and stuff like that. What I think started to happen was you started getting so much. It was like poking the bear for so long because you had so much knowledge. And I think it turned the page now where that you just know so much. And now you're just like, screw it. I'm just going to freaking put it all out there and let the haters hate. Is that how it is now?
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we're doing our own thing. And if, you know, whether you're hating or you're loving it, most of these people are still following. So, you know, they don't have to follow us, my group, our group, my Twitter, you know, but the fact is they still are because they know the information is reliable. They know they're going to see some good content, some write-ups, some insights. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just my opinion based on what I've, you know, known over the years and the relationships I've had. So, you know, when I do break the news, I make sure that I make it known that, you know, it's coming from our group and the people and community we've created. It's not just me like, hey, look what I dropped. It's, you know, we got this information, the wrestling room, we're growing and we're putting it out there.
The biggest thing people always are talking bad about you is that you put a lot of posts out there without any any backing to it. And then, but a good percentage of the stuff that you do put out there is true. Not saying that everything you put out there is true. There's a very small percentage. I talk to a lot of people. They're like, yo, he's like 96%, 97% always right. A lot of people get what?
I said, yep.
And like I said, a lot of people get pissed off that you may throw out like some info out there without even thinking. Does that, you know, sometimes do you catch yourself doing that sometimes?
You know, I'm not afraid to put my opinion out there or things out there. Like I said, I do this for fun. So the fact that it's ruffling some people's feathers, it's comical to me. Like I said, they can follow, they can unfollow, but you know, they can go to Flow for their news if they don't want to follow me.
Yeah.
And even they screw up sometimes. Yesterday they posted Dan Valamont retired. You know, he wasn't too happy about that. They edited the article 2 hours later like it never happened. But luckily Dan put that out there. You know, a lot of times you're not going to be 100% right. But as long as you're addressing that when things aren't correct and making sure to have conversations about it, then that's what's important.
Nice, man. All right, I'm going to cut it right there for now. I'm going to take a couple questions. Listen, whether there's people on here that hate him or love him, whatever it is, you got any questions for Pat Mineo? You want to know something? Let me know. And yeah, your connection's a little off, bro. Your screen's all messed up.
Oh, it looks fine on my end. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
Yeah, it's blurry, and then like the sound's a little bit off. I don't know if you want to just maneuver your phone a little bit.
Let me check this out. I see someone made a fake Roman Bravo Young Instagram. I know that's not the real RBY because I talked to him.
Yeah. Hey, wrestling fan, I love that you know that you love my content. Hey, if you want, just inbox Pat and talk to him about what you want to talk about, man. If you want to set up a fight with him, you can always use my wrestling club if you want. Whatever you guys want to do.
I see Thrill's question there. Is my connection a little better? I think Flo's sabotaging me at this point.
Yeah, it's still a little blurry, man. He asked, who's the toughest kid you wrestled from Plainfield?
Oh, Plainfield, South Plainfield, or regular old
regular Plainfield.
When I was a freshman, it was probably my 5th match. I wrestled Mr. Omar Carter, who's a great guy from Union County. I was a freshman, and you know, it was a great match. I ended up beating him or majoring him, but he was the toughest guy from Plainfield, I think.
Pat, you may have to go to another room. I don't know if people are saying they can barely hear you on there.
Let me try and change that. One sec, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Jesse Vasquez is announcing tomorrow. Maybe he may know. I'm not sure. I think he said he graduated South Plainfield in 2008.
Is that better, Dave?
I can hear you a little better, a little staticky, but you're still a little blurry. But we'll try it there for a little bit. I don't know if your Wi-Fi is on or not. What not? Stealing news, probably stealing Wi-Fi. Funny, bro. Yo, Mike, listen, I see you on the bottom. This is my boy, bro. Chill out, bro. I know my buddy Mike is on here. He just doesn't know who you are. He's a good dude, bro. Don't worry about him. He's a Jersey guy.
What's up? What's up, Mike?
Yeah, it's still a little off, man.
One sec, Dave. Let me know if this is better.
It's better when you move it out wherever the hell you were just now.
One sec.
Yep. But you could hear me though, right?
Yep, I can hear you fine.
All right. So people want to know if you know anything about the Jesse Vasquez his decision.
That's coming soon. He's doing that on IG Live. I don't want to drop too many hints, but he wanted it to be kept under wraps.
All right.
I think many people are going to be surprised though.
Okay, that's a good one. That's good. Wherever you're at, that's pretty good. You just got to put your phone somewhere.
Yep.
Good.
I
Well,
got you. Let me hook it up. Give me 1 sec, Dave.
all right, no problem. Wrestling fan. Listen, he's a Jersey guy. I've known him a long time, man. You know, he does what he does. He talks about wrestling. I don't, I don't feed into any of the controversy. You know, I don't know. I watch wrestling and hopefully I know he does a lot of good for wrestling, but you can have your feeling about him. Tomorrow and Lieutenant. Uh, yeah, we know about that. Anyone else got any questions? Don't worry about it, Mike. He's my boy, bro. You don't got to worry about that.
All right, Dave. I think we're good now.
A little better. Better.
It looks fine on my end, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure what's going on.
No, it's good. It's good. Who is the king of East Stroudsburg University? Gary Kessel or Angelo Borzio?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I love them both. Kessel was my landlord at East Stroudsburg and obviously an amazing ref. Angelo, an awesome guy, great wrestler. That's a tough one. I would think they're both the kings. Gary may have passed Angelo the torch.
Nice. No, man, I don't just only get Jersey guys. I'm going to start getting some more guys. I figured I'm from Jersey. I'm going to start in Jersey and then work my way out, man. I mean, I'm only like 2 weeks into this, guys, but, hopefully you guys still like it, man. What do you think about the Rutgers lineup next year? We lost him a little bit again right now. I don't know. He lives in Northampton, Pennsylvania, so maybe they don't got any good towers around there, man. So hopefully we get him back on. It's funny, man. How do you, I'm just committed, yeah. I did have Yanni. Yanni, he left. He's going to come back on. I did have Yanni. He's a New York guy. I plan on having as many guys as I can, man. Again, I just started doing these IG lives, and I'm trying to get better every day, trying to get new content and get people in there. So we'll see. If you guys got anybody that you want me to talk to, just send them my way, man. I'll talk to anybody. I've tried to get Spencer Lee. I reached out to him, no answer. I try to get who else did I try to get? Pat Glory. I got no answer yet, but it's all right. Pat Mineo. Let's see if we get him back in again. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, see. Pat, try to get on to try to come back on if you can. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're having a little technical problems. Pat, go to hell. Yeah, that's funny. Why do I always go for the best guys? Why would I not go for the best guys? Who am I going to go for? Some district fourth place winner? I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you guys want to listen to guys that are fourth in district or something like that? I mean, what do you guys want from me here, man? All right. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it and put it right back on, guys.